I think I ought to warn you that Marquet is not what he seems.
Explain yourself.
He's in league with a bunch of guys who want to take over the world.
Nonsense. Besides, Marquet's employers have paid in advance for one of our most exclusive private rooms.
So as long as the money's right, we'll take care of whoever we want to.
Could you tell me who Marquet's employers are?
Certainly not.
Look at this, Doc. It's a genuine medieval-type gemstone.
Yes, so I see.
I love how you
Man,
can show
Marquet.
everything to every
I
single
have to
person.
take this gem to Marquet. He might be able to explain its significance.
My dear chap, Marquet has other things on his mind right now.
Like what?
His catheter, for one.
Does the name Thomas Merlin mean anything to you?
No, it does not.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamat?
No, sir, I have not.
May I have the honor of shaking you by the hand?
You may not. I don't encourage physical contact between my staff.
I'm never gonna give up. This is gonna work one of these days.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, sir, I do not.
Thanks for your help.
Enough plants in this lobby?
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plants. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
I'm here to see Jacques Marquet.
Oh, yes. Are you related to our client, sir?
Yeah, I'm his, long-lost brother.
A brother half his age with a different name and an American accent.
Yeah, people always say that. I blame Mom. We were separated at an early age, after a mix-up in the nursery at the Oakland shopping mall.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous in all my life.
I guess not.
Guy's a lousy actor, but he comes up with some cool stories at the... Alright.
So, do I get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquet. So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close acquaintance, you're wasting your time here.
Has Marquet been visited by a man in a clown costume?
Oh, no.
You haven't seen a man in disguise?
Well, there's Theodore the Bear. He comes every Thursday to entertain the children. Personally, I think he scares them half to death in that crummy old bear suit. If I was stuck on my back with tubes in every orifice, he's the last person I'd want to see.
That honestly might give him an opportunity to wear the bear costume and finish the job with Marquet.
Has Marquet had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
I should hope not. Can you describe them?
A thin guy who looks like a weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Sounds as if they escaped from the zoo.
What does this gem suggest to you?
I advise you not to flash that around.
Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
For me?
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see.
Bingo!
He was on Ward B12, as I recall.
B12?
Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on Ward J2. That's Nurse Grendel's ward.
Nurse Grendel? Really?
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything, I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock alarm call, 6:10 bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
Pavlova? Really? You couldn't just say Pavlov? All right.
I'd like to shake you by the hand.
Don't be fresh, young man.
If Nurse Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J. How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Bear left past the administrator's sauna. And turn left at the end. That's J2. And good luck.
I'm hoping I can find the place with that description.
Have you seen this man here at the clinic?
No, sir. And I never forget a face.
Have you heard of the Club Alamut?
No. It sounds romantic, doesn't it?
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Hey, the name still applies. I'm going to reuse it. 49%. We're almost halfway through.
As I turned the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow. Hello.
What's that?
I said hello.
Oh, hiya.
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
That's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top of me.
Oh, yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do is smile and whistle this little tune.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
Jeez!
It's a deal.
Where'd that come from?
Have you seen any unsavory characters lurking about in the corridors?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would. With a friend like him, I've no fear of oppressors.
It must be a great comfort.
He is.
So he's got a few screws loose. Good to know.
Would Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine by any chance?
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine. I've had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
How come you got so attached to a polishing machine?
I asked you not to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
You think it's odd, don't you?
Yes, I do.
don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted. I heard them snorking behind my back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull-through.
Do you know where
Wow.
I'd find a patient called Marquet?
No, I'm not allowed on the wards with Mr. Shiny.
Wonder why. Okay.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Who is it?
That's what I'm asking you. Have you seen him before?
How should I know? You haven't told me who he is.
Take a look at the photo.
Yeah, okay.
Now, have you seen him before?
No.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not until I've washed, if you don't mind, sir.
What do you think of this, Sam?
Oh, boy.
How does he know his name?
What is it?
A priceless gemstone found in a medieval castle in Ireland. Get me into Marquet's ward and it's yours.
I don't wear jewellery.
If this gem was yours, you'd be able to buy 100 Mr. Shinies.
Don't be silly. There's only one Mr. Shiny.
Do you recognize this powder?
Is that dandruff?
No way.
It sure looks like dandruff.
It's plaster.
Ugh.
Would this tool be any use to you?
No, sir. Mr. Shiny has no user-serviceable parts. whatever that means.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
You should never ever play with matches.
I know that, but
People get hurt when they do. They end up in hospital, like the burger lady. She was so burned up they didn't know whether to use bandages or onions.
do you recognize this pass?
No, I don't. Should I?
No, but I wondered if you'd seen a stranger flashing it about.
No, sir. But if I had, Mr. Shiny would take care of him.
What does this tissue suggest to you?
You have a cold. What you need is vitamin C.
Take a look at this red nose.
Are you a policeman?
No, this is a clown's nose, not a policeman's.
Alright, sorry, I'm thorough. I like to ask all the questions I can.
See you later.
Yeah. Take care now.
I figured a guy with a screw loose might have some interesting things to say about items that normally would make little sense.
Hey now. You can't go in there.
How come?
I'm responsible for the contents of that cupboard.
So what we need is a distraction.
As I tug the plug out of the socket,
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
No. Well, that didn't work. Oh, wait. Bingo. So I'm thinking there, George. And we're in like Flynn.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Oh, hi. Is this Ward J2?
Yes, sir. The patients are ready for your inspection, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse.
You'll need this, Doctor.
She gave me a long, narrow metal box and a stunning smile. Thanks.
Could you take a look at the client in bed number 3 now? His name is Eric Sopmarsh.
What is this device?
It's for taking the patient's blood pressure, Doctor.
Shouldn't you know that, Doctor? If you are in fact a doctor.
Do you want this,
Device for measuring blood pressure?
Yeah, do you want it back?
No, thank you.
Do you have a patient named Marquet on this ward?
Oui, monsieur. He is in the private room at the end of the ward. He has been placed in strict isolation.
Why is Marquet in quarantine?
If you wish to know more, you'll have to speak to Herr Hagenmeyer. All I know is that Marquet's room is strictly out of bounds.
Do you know who paid for Marquet's room?
No, of course I don't.
Preferential treatment like that must cost an arm and a leg.
That's not my concern, monsieur.
Do you have any clowns on the ward?
Why, yes, we do. A professional clown.
I'll bet he lightens the place up.
Hardly. Monsieur Boissy has been in a coma for the last 3 months.
What's wrong with Boissy?
He was involved in a very nasty accident. A silly stunt involving a unicycle.
Ooh.
His current condition is due to post-traumatic shock.
That sounds
It's
painful.
unlikely he'll ever perform as a clown again.
It's an ill wind that blows nobody any good. Would you like to shake hands with me?
Well,
No, it's okay. Forget it. Do you recognize this tissue?
no, I don't. It looks like a chronic health risk to me.
Well, I've been carrying it around for days, and I'm okay.
Yes, he has.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I don't.
Does this mean anything to you?
The Club Alamut? I've never heard of it.